Today in this video, we are going to talk about the city of Falls Church in Virginia. So the city of Falls Church, or sometimes called Falls Church City, is located within the boundaries of Falls Church, but surprise, it's actually not part of Fairfax County. This is considered a completely separate area. So in Virginia, there is a law that says any city has to function and operate completely independently of any county in which it may reside, even geographically. So even though one might think it's part of Fairfax County, because that's what the rest of Falls Church is, it's part of Fairfax County, that is actually not the case for Falls Church City. It is completely operating on its own. It has its own government, it has its own school system, but it does contract for some services with the neighboring Fairfax County. Contained within 2.2 square miles of land, it's very, very small. It's got 14,000 people in it, and it is the second smallest city in the Commonwealth of Virginia, and the nickname is the Little City. It's so cute. So I'm Melissa Terzis, DC Real Estate Mama. This is the channel. If you like the videos that I'm doing, give me a thumbs up. The more interaction that people do with these videos, the better it becomes, because then they put other things that are similar in front of you, so that YouTube can figure out what you like. Now let's start by answering the age-old question. Was there ever a church in Falls Church? Is that what it was named for? Absolutely. There was a Falls Church back in the 1700s, and the city actually formed around it. That's how it got its name. This is also a very well-educated city. Over 50% of people who live here have a degree beyond a bachelor's degree, and that is more than 4 times the national average, which is 14%. So very well-educated here. Next up, let's do location and transportation. So Falls Church City is 6 miles east of Washington, D.C. Interstate 66 and Route 50 both run east-west through Falls Church City, and the metro stops which service the city are both East Falls Church, which is actually part of Arlington, and West Falls Church. Neither metro stop is within the city limits. I know, totally wild and crazy. Falls Church City, they want to be very walkable. They boast a walk score of 91 out of 100, and they say that 83% of all residents are within a 10-minute walk of a grocery store. So that is their claim to fame. There are also 9 Capital bike share stations in Falls Church City as well, in case you want to hop a bike and do any of your errands or travels by bicycle. So we're going to talk now about real estate. So it's not easy to buy a house in the city of Falls Church. I have friends, that's friends who turned into clients, not to be confused with crens, which were clients that turned into friends, I guess. They were actually able to buy a house inside the city limits, but it was not without struggle. Like, they were looking for a very long time. It was a struggle to get the offer accepted, and there are many, many bidding wars here. Why do people endure such trauma? Why did my friends, that's friends slash clients, turned clients, why did they endure this? Because the schools are like absolutely unbeatable, and we're going to talk about that in a bit. A single family home here is going to run you in the range of $1 million to $2 million. You could pay more. You might find something that's less, but it's probably going to need a significant amount of work or have some sort of non-starter that you are not pleased with. About 30% of Falls Church is comprised of one-person households. So even though the schools are great, it's not all families here. So you should know that. Don't feel like you can't move here if, you're not taking advantage of the school system or whatever. The demographics of the city that they provide each year actually outlines the breakdown. 41% of households have 3 or more people. Now, Falls Church City is also embarking on an affordable housing mission. They have purchased several quadplexes and also routinely purchase and renovate and then sell homes with covenants that sort of limit what they can be resold for, so that they can preserve the affordability for the city, because the prices have skyrocketed so much. Let's move on to food. There is a weekly farmers market here on Saturdays, which is in the City Hall parking lot. It's actually open year-round. Grocery stores within Falls Church City include Giant and Harris Teeter. There's Aldi, and then there's Good Fortune Supermarket. There's also a Whole Foods in the works for those of you who like to spend a lot of money on food. The city of Falls Church has a downtown area with a lot of cool mom and pop shops. Route 7, which is called West Broad Street, runs right through the city and has a variety of ethnic restaurants. You've got everything here from Greek, Italian, Irish, Bolivian, Thai, Salvadorian, Jamaican, and seafood. There's a lot to choose from, and it is all rated pretty close to 5 stars, every single one of these places. For coffee and pastries, you do not want to miss Northside Social, as it is very, very popular. There is kind of always a standing room only situation going on in there. People will maybe plop down, they'll get some pastries and some coffee. Everything's very good there. And then you also want to check out Rare Bird and Bake Shop, which is another place that people really like. All right, we're going to move on to fun. For being one of the smallest cities, Falls Church City has a ton of events throughout the year. In September, there is the Falls Church Festival, which is a family-friendly event with music and entertainment for the kids, local vendor displays, a beer garden, and the Taste of Falls Church. There are movie nights throughout the year in Cherry Hill Park. In October, there's a farm day with animals, pumpkins, painting, music, scarecrow making. There's also the Halloween Carnival the Saturday before Halloween with games, candy, and bounce houses. In November and December, they've got tree lighting and gift and craft shows. They also have a children's shop there, and there are parades, a concert series, there's fireworks. So this so-called little city is pretty big on fun. I'm going to link to the events as well, just so that you can kind of see the calendar and see what they have that's planned that might be fun for you to do with your family or without. So Big Chimneys Park is just a couple of blocks off of the downtown strip and was recently renovated with some great playground equipment for the kids. Mr. Brown's Park is a little park in the downtown as well, which has chairs and a small stage. And then Cherry Hill Park has basketball, volleyball, tennis, a horseshoe court, as well as a playground. And then there's also a historic farmhouse that you can torture the kids to go visit. I know, I love torturing the kids to visit things like that. Mary Riley Stiles Public Library was renovated in 2021 and is one of 6 libraries in Virginia to receive the Library Journal's Star Library Award. That was in 2022. They host events for kids of all ages, like story time. They have crafts and other events to encourage literacy, like book clubs for kids and all of that. All right, now let's move on to kids and, most importantly, the schools, because that is a major reason why people seek to find a house here. So as far as schools go, we are a long way from 1903 Falls Church City, when they had the training school for feeble-minded girls. That's what they called it. Crazy. Falls Church City Public Schools is a very small system. It serves 2,600 students. There are 5 schools in total. There's a preschool, there's Mount Daniel Elementary, which is kindergarten to 2nd. There's Oak Street Elementary, which is 3rd to 5th. There is Mary Ellen Henderson Middle School, and then there is Meridian High School. All grades here participate in the International Baccalaureate program, and the schools here are like just as good can be. People love this system. It's small, it's well run, and the scores are basically pretty good, right? They're great, and so a lot of people kind of love this about Falls Church, and it feels much like that small little Mayberry town that you lived in growing up that had good schools and good services and good restaurants and good everything. So that is Falls Church City. If you have any questions about that, my contact info is coming next.